Okay, this is what we are going to be building today. So Tetra actually went into group buy today. There's going to be 3 colors. There's going to be Space Silver, Plum, and Lavender. $400. It says it's shipping in about 6 to 8 months. But yeah, this pink unfortunately will not be in the group buy. Whoa! Hold on. Cat's breaking stuff. You are too fat. This is a Tetra. This is a prototype unit. 60% wing keyless keyboard with 2 mounting styles. You have O-ring and then you also have Tadpole leaf springs. So here's what the side looks like. Here's the back. So I don't know if you noticed, but there is this accent weight right here. Or accent piece, I should say. And look at this. So looking at the back, it goes straight and then there's a cut right here where it slowly goes down into this, like, I guess valley right here. But if you notice this part, this design, and then you look at the front blockers, which are also similar design. So the front and back, both similar. But on top of this cut right here, there's also this cut right here. So the front and back are similar. So we'll have long feet similar to Frog from Gion. It uses tadpoles as well. And then whenever you're buying extras for this, there are actually different tadpoles listed on the website in case you do want like a different tadpole hardness or softness. It is there. So you can see there are repeat of the designs all throughout the board. So you see how there's like the valley right here. Same thing with the blocker, same thing with the back weight. Pretty cool. So that's the case. Oh, and here's the front. So if you look on the side right here, you see how there's like another peak. Slants up and then slants down. And then if you look at the front here, very nice. I guess once you put on the feet, there's actually no visible screws on this case. Alright, so like I said earlier, this is actually not the group buy production. This is a prototype. What you see here today with the gaskets. So it's just the gaskets. It's kind of a quick fix, but it just won't be present in the group buy run. What else? What else? Oh, so the tadpoles will also be tighter on the plate when we get to it. You'll have full backspace and right shift available for the PCBs. I'm guessing it's just set at the moment, but yeah, so during group buy, you won't need the gaskets on top. Full backspace, right shift will be available. Tadpoles will be tighter on the plate. But what we have here today is the 80A tadpoles, a 50A O-ring. And then there are force brake gaskets already pre-installed. So if you guys don't know what force brake gaskets are, it's like this mod where you put padding around the areas that you screw the keyboards together. It's supposed to reduce like ping, and it reduces the metal on metal contact, which, so it does have force brake gaskets already pre-installed. If you look right here, there's just a force brake right here. There's 6 points, as you can see. I will say though that this is only hot swap PCBs. You can only get hot swap PCBs for this one. I think that's about it that I noticed so far. But the cool thing about this board is that there's 2 different mountings. You can either use an O-ring or you can use tadpoles. I'm going to use the tadpoles. Yeah, we're going to be using alu plate. Comes with alu, but you will have palm plate, carbon fiber, and FR4. And tadpoles go all the way from 50 to 80. Let's look at the plate. Okay, so you see these top gaskets? These you won't have to do. These are like a temporary fix. These are where the tadpoles would go in. And then you see this cut right here? So that's what they mean by like the leaf spring. In case you guys were like, what the heck is leaf spring? So there's a cut right here with the tadpoles that go right there. Okay, so here's the PCB. Let's look at this real quick. So hot swap. Hot swap. So no LEDs, no RGB. Sorry, boys and girls. But yeah, pretty standard. There's no physical reset button as I can see. If you guys are wondering what these are, it's for the O-rings. So there's actually two different kinds of leaf spring. Or there's like many kinds. So leaf spring is a very like loose term because there's like actual leaf spring, which is closer to what the Link 65 uses. And then there's like leaf spring similar to what thermal uses. I think when people say leaf spring, that's what people think of is a thermal. So salvation, I would say, is closer to a leaf spring, similar to the Link 65. But the term leaf spring is a very, I don't think it's well defined, if that makes sense. And I'd actually say the closest thing to like a leaf spring, Link 65, right? My grandma came over and we were all hanging out and I was like standing next to her and she like started patting my butt and was like, "Oh, your butt is very firm. Like, that's a good butt." And I like looked at her and I was like, "Oh, thank you, I guess." But apparently, yeah. My grandma's very impressed by my butt. And I was like, yeah, it's probably because I was a swimmer. I was a swimmer and a dancer. Okay, so we're gonna first use the tadpoles, and then we'll do O-ring. I'm gonna do 4 different configs. I'll do the drop X with tadpoles and O-ring, and then these Ultra switches. But I don't remember the name, so I'll have to think about it. Let me open the case. Okay, so for the group buy unit, the tadpoles will be on tighter, so I'm just gonna flip it like this. So this is a very long cable. And I'm guessing with the cutout right here, you can just screw it in. No, you can't. So you have to take it apart. Okay. Okay. So this is the back, right? Normally you would have the JST screw in from here, right? But this design is interesting because it's actually on the back of the back case. And then to hide it, you put this little piece right here. Because my desk's always so freaking messy. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. I'm sorry. It's just how I work. This is just how I function. Alright, so we're gonna be doing essentially 4 different configurations. Okay, ready? Yeah, so these are the new drop switches. My first time trying them. I don't like the feel of these switches. They're not as tactile as the other Holy Pandas I've tried. They're a little lighter than I thought they'd be. If you guys are watching this and you're building this, you can use this to help you lift it up. It's actually really convenient. Assuming you have this all unscrewed. What the hell? Okay. Okay, so I think I like tadpoles better for this config. this config, I like tadpoles a little bit more than O-ring. Foundation can be heavy coverage, but if he's trying to cover up a hickey, then he needs concealer, not foundation. I do remember where keys go. I've built a lot of keyboards, but it's also on the screen right now, so. This feels very pleasant to type on. It felt very consistent. Like typing on all the alphas felt very consistent. Pretty deep space bar too. Okay, so let's try O-ring. Okay, so first impression from this one, O-ring feels a lot more firm than the tadpoles, but we'll see. Okay, so the alphas were a lot firmer. It's not stiff, but more firm, I'd say. And this feels closer to like a top mount. In terms of sound, in my opinion, I think my favorite so far has been the tadpoles though. This is not bad, but I think I like a little softer. So definitely the tadpoles I think would be what I would pick. But of course, matter of preference. Honestly, this sounded like a traditional top mount board. It's kind of interesting. So for those who like experimenting and testing out different switches, different plates, the fact that this is 2 mounting styles is going to be fun. The installation is not bad, so I mean you could easily swap it out if you wanted to, but yeah, I definitely think if you're the type of person who likes to tinker with the 2 mounting styles and how it does feel different, does sound different, you're probably gonna have a lot of fun. Let's look at it one last time. So this is the Tetra 60% when keyless keyboard. If you look at the Windows blockers, so the line starts right here, it goes along until the other side. If you look closely, it's like a little valley in there because this is actually slanted down. It's not flat. And then you see this design, you can actually find it right here. So if you look at the side right here, so you can see it right here. You see how it's slanted? So cut starts right here, goes all the way over, has a valley right here. And it has a bottom USB, centered USB port. And then look at the back. You can see again, slants down into the valley with the line from one end to the other. So you see this crease right here. You see a crease right here too. So a lot of repeating designs. So this is actually a screwless design. You end up not seeing any of the screws once you put the feet on. Lots of things to unpack here. So TLDR, 60% with Win Keyless Blocker, 4-sprig mod, JST, daughter board, O-ring, or Tadpole leaf spring mounted. The board does come in hot swap, and then there's going to be alu plate, palm plate, carbon fiber, and FR4 plate available. Thank you Flyback for sending this out to me and letting me build it. I appreciate it. That's it. That's the build. Okay.